Animals do feel emotions, in my opinion. I work with animals every day, and you have happy animals, you have sad animals. It's quite obvious that they do feel emotions. It's just difficult sometimes to interpret the language that they're showing to you as those emotions. We look at emotions in terms of welfare, and we're certainly looking in terms of whether animals are sad and in pain. And we have recognised ways of looking at how animals behave to recognise pain. So there are actual tables and scales out there to recognise how animals are feeling in terms of very simple things like pain. When we're making decisions about euthanasia, is an animal unhappy? We have to make lots of questions about how they're behaving, and we make subjective judgments on how they behave and whether they are happy and whether quality of life is adequate.
I definitely think that my cat experiences joy and happy emotions. It could be any situation, like just even letting her out into the garden. You can tell the difference in her whole body language. You can see the joy through her tail even. It tends to kind of move a lot more than it would do if she's just calm and laying down. And yeah, her whole presence is very different. She becomes a lot louder if she really is wanting something, say. If she is hungry, her meow will be a lot louder than if she just wants some attention. I'm not sure, but I think she might be feeling fear almost. Am I going to get this or aren't I?
My evidence is purely anecdotal from my observations. It's very obvious. You can see happiness in dogs and sadness in dogs, and equally in cats. It's how we recognise that a lot. It's difficult. Sometimes how they exhibit those signs is not as obvious or intuitive as we possibly think they should be.
I'd say they are clever enough to deceive if they need something, if it's something they're looking for. Like if they were trying to hunt or get something, they'd be able to deceive another animal in order to get what they need to get to survive. I don't think it's deception the way we would deceive people. I think it's more of a survival instinct.
Actually, I have experienced it with my cat. Again, it's in terms of food. She's a very greedy cat. So if someone comes downstairs, first person down in the morning, you'll hear her meowing, she'll want some food. We feed her. It could be a couple of hours later, someone's come down from bed, doesn't know that she's been fed, and again, she'll meow in exactly the same way, makes the person think, yep, she hasn't been fed, let's feed her. She'll get fed, she's happy, she's been fed twice, and that happens quite often, so we do keep an eye on her now.
My feeling would be, in terms of how similar animals and humans are, is not as similar as people think. I think a lot of people put their own emotions and their own feelings into their animals. In my day-to-day life, I get that an awful lot. And I don't think that that is valid, and I don't think they think like us. We are different. The most similar animals to us would be the animals that have the similar kind of society to us. So to my mind, that would be chimps, social animals, because I think that's what a lot of our behaviours are derived from, and a lot of our feelings.